Welcome back to the International Day for People with a Disability 2018 APFA National Championships for Powerchair Football. I'm Chris Suffield and alongside me is Tristram Peters, and this match is Kiwi Green against Western Australia.
Thanks, Chris. Before we get underway, a quick word from our sponsors. Looking for someone reliable to service and repair your powerchair? Power Mobility's experienced technicians will come to you so you can stay mobile. Visit powermobility.com.au to find out more.
So, Kiwi Green earlier today had a very entertaining and tense encounter with the Queensland Barbarians, which they won 1-0 in the end. What did you make of that game, Tristram?
Yeah, I thought it was really pleasing to see how both teams came along after the first day. They, suffered a couple of disappointing losses, but really put it together today, and I think this is going to be a fantastic match.
And Western Australia playing their first match for the day and the last match of the day. How would that make you feel as a player? How do you approach that game when everyone else has played but you've been sitting there doing nothing for hours?
Yeah, I think there'll be a little bit of nervous energy amongst the WA players, and they'll just be keen to get out on the court. They've been here all day watching all the other teams participate, but they'll just be happy to get onto the court now. And I have to say, been really impressed with WA so far, especially their goalkeeper, Dylan Needham, who scored two absolute fantastic goals running the length of the court and did a fantastic job. So I'm sure he'll be leading WA again from the front, well, from the back, as it is.
The back and the front. He's a very experienced player, Dylan, so I'm sure he will lead from the front again in this game. By comparison, the Kiwis are a very young and inexperienced group, but they've been performing very well this week.
Yeah, I was very lucky to actually go to the New Zealand Powerchair Football National Champs earlier this year, and very impressed with them. They're definitely stars of the future, so it's going to be a great match.
So Logan McCall to take the kick off. Reece Vermeulen, a nice little touch there, but it's gone out for a goal kick. So out on the field we've got Dylan Needham in goals for Western Australia, Jesse McCarthy, Rebecca Evans and Judy Newman, and then we've got for the Kiwis, Reece Vermeulen, Richard Page, Logan McCall, and what is the goalkeeper's first name, Tristram?
We've got Van Vroonhoven.
There we go.
In the goals, and he's had a really good tournament so far. He's been really solid defensively, so looking forward to seeing Will in action and continue pushing.
What we saw earlier from the Kiwis was that they were very good with their setups for the set pieces, and they did end up scoring a very nice goal from one in that earlier game. Little tussle here in the box between Vermeulen and Needham. Needham's pushing up the floor like earlier, but Vermeulen's managed to turn him back around. Nice little pass out, but Page did very well to get to that. McCall in the middle against Evans. And Logan's a bit on the back foot here. Evans pushing down to the byline. And the ball's gone out, so that's going to be a WA ball from the side.
She's had a fantastic tournament, Rebecca Evans. She's only been playing powerchair football for a short period of time, but she's definitely showing her talent and has done that role magnificently for the first 2 days, and this will be a wonderful opportunity for WA to have their first chance to get on the scoreboard.
WA struggling a little bit to get the right setup here, but looks like they've found what they want now. Newman lining it up. Tried to pick out McCarthy there, but he just couldn't split the gap between the goalkeeper and defender. And Needham watches it out very safely down there.
That's some great defence by Kiwi Green. They've, as we've touched on, they're a very young side, but every game they get that experience, and that defence looks solid there for the first chance they had, as we see Richard Page challenging McCarthy.
And now Vermeulen's taken on the role of the challenger. McCarthy trying to do his best to keep control of that one. And he's headed between the two players there, and the Kiwis diverge to avoid that 2-on-1, which just gives McCarthy more room to go. And now he's up on McCall. Good defending there from Logan. He's a very impressive young player. Takes it towards Page, almost a 2-on-1 there. But McCarthy's still got the ball. Down on the byline here, really dangerous spot for the Kiwis.
That's some lovely smart play by McCarthy, just tapping it off the front of McCall's guard and gets a corner kick for his side.
Another really good position to be in for WA here. Let's see what Jesse can do with this ball. And Evans takes a shot there, but more good defence here from the Kiwis. The keeper's pushing it out and got some good ground there, but WA with another chance here. It's really nice to see some young players in the key roles in some of these teams, isn't it, Tristram?
Yeah, absolutely. We saw in the previous encounter young Jack Perry for the Queensland Barbarians, who's in his first year, and also we've got Cooper Polini on the bench for Kiwi Green, who's had an absolutely amazing tournament to date. So expecting great things from him as we see a breakaway. Dylan Needham coming out to meet Vermeulen.
And Vermeulen here trying to control the ball in reverse. Nicely knocks it out off Needham. No, it's gone the other way. So WA really controlling the tempo for much of this game. The Kiwis only really having a couple of counter-attacking chances. Evans with the ball in the middle. Darts past Page.
Absolutely lovely move there by Evans.
And now it's Rebecca's turn to take on Logan McCall. But nice defending there from the Kiwis. Trying to shut it down. McCarthy with a chance to have a hit. And well cut off there by McCall. So McCarthy here with another sideline hit. Another short ball to Evans. Darts around Page again. The Western Australians are a little bit close there, but the keeper making a really good run for the Kiwis there.
I think the ref played some advantage there, was he? But absolutely great defence. Pushing back WA with a variation of sideline hit. Evans now passing to McCarthy.
Nice little dink there from McCarthy between the defenders. Now he's got a chance to try and find a pass here from the corner. Tries to back in McCall instead, and McCall's turned him around. Chance for the Kiwis up the line. And that's gone up to halfway, and it'll be another Kiwi ball. So nice work there from the Kiwis, turning defence into attack.
I have to say it's been really pleasing seeing McCarthy in this setup too. He's obviously a teammate of mine. He's a Queensland player who's been loaned to WA, and he's definitely a star in the making as well, as we see him now battle McCall.
Almost another 2-on-1 there, but McCall's managed to get into a tussle with McCarthy here. Trying to push him out to the wing. And Vermeulen stuck in the middle here, but McCarthy just can't quite control that and challenge the Kiwi player there. Logan McCall lining up the sideline hit here. Goes across to Vermeulen. Nice little tap, just couldn't quite get it past McCarthy, who's now pushing him out to the wing. Looked like he was about to try and tap it off his opponent there. And the ball's stationary here on the sideline.
He's showing some nice patience, McCarthy, but no. Vermeulen's been judged to have driven in front of McCarthy's line there, I believe.
I think there might have been a little bit of a contact there. I think he's gone to try and spin at the ball and just couldn't quite keep his guard off McCarthy. And McCarthy there, probably just playing for a sideline, I think.
Yeah, a bit too far out to make a genuine shot, so very smartly hit it off the guard.
And the goalkeeper, Van Vrenevim, has been very good at charging down and not letting those balls get in front of him today.
Yes, he's facing another stern challenge here as we see McCarthy set up.
Evans with a touch, but just couldn't quite direct it on target. Page there puts it back into his own goal box. And now McCall's got a bit of work to do, but he's very nicely pushing Newman out of there. And he's done exceptionally well to get that ball to halfway, Logan McCall.
He's done that a number of times this game. He's got his team out of some tricky positions, and this will be one of Kiwi Green's first real attacking opportunities. If they can get it through, they can't. Richard Page.
Bit unfortunate there, pushing it back to his keeper. And Newman's got a chance. Oh, very good keeping there. Just managed to get enough of his guard in the way there. Page trying to push against Evans, but she's turned him around. And WA have another chance. McCall does very well to get out to Evans and push the ball over the line. So it's another WA ball.
I think McCarthy's going to try and thread the needle here.
There's not really much of an opening there, but strange things can happen in football sometimes. He has found the gap. Oh. Evans with a chance to go around Vermeulen. Takes him out wide. Pass back to the middle to McCarthy. And another nice little effort there from McCall, but Evans is right on top of him. And the referees are calling a set ball here. A lot of the time the defender's the one that gives away possession there, isn't he, Tristram?
Absolutely, but as they both drove over the sideline, and perhaps a little hard to judge who was on the outside there, but McCarthy very patient. McCall with a great move there.
Very nice. He's still on the ball. Vermeulen really has to get out of there quickly. And he does manage to get out of the way. So McCarthy taking McCall out wide. That's going to be another WA ball. Another really good position here.
McCarthy got in a fantastic battle there on the outside and knew that if he dragged McCall to the sideline, he'd win the ball, being on the outside.
A little bit of confusion here. Oh, it's the Kiwis making a sub. So who have we got? Cooper Pellini coming on and Barry de Geest. And Reece Vermeulen and Richard Page moving to the bench. Logan taking a few instructions from his coach. No, looks like his headrest is a bit wobbly, so Reece Vermeulen has come back on. So McCarthy with a chance here. And the Kiwis have finally sorted out their defensive structure with Barry de Geest going back in goals.
He's been really solid all tournament, Barry de Geest. As we see McCarthy take the shot. What a goal. Fantastic goal. Such a clinical finish by Juddy Newman.
Really nice pass too there from Jesse McCarthy, wasn't it?
Absolutely threaded the needle there. And a simple tap in. And he's done that a few times this tournament, Newman. And here we have WA probably getting just reward for their dominance in territory and possession.
They really have controlled the game to start off, haven't they? I think it's always a bit risky making substitutions when the other team's got a really good offensive position, isn't it? And Barry de Geest runs straight into Jesse McCarthy. Gives up the contact foul after being on for just about a minute.
It's interesting to see Barry playing up. He's been goalkeeper for all his games previously.
He's a very big voice, so you can understand why they put him in goals to try and coordinate the rest of his teammates. McCarthy going for metres up the line. De Geest plays it nicely to Vermeulen. Doesn't quite get to the ball, so McCarthy's got a chance to run straight at the Kiwis. So Barry de Geest holding it against Jesse McCarthy here. McCarthy's done really well to turn him inside out, but Cooper Pellini's come in to cover. unfortunately just got a little bit too close to his teammate, and that's another 2-on-1.
We see the crowds on the screen letting out an exasperated sigh there.
Kiwi red teammates watching their green countrymen here. So McCarthy, what's he going to do with this one? Spins all the way around to Evans. But sorry, that was Newman. My apologies. But they have won a corner here, WA.
See some running repairs to Evans' chair.
Sounds like some instructions coming here from WA's coach, Justin Lattaway. Let's see if they have a set play in mind here. Newman plays it to Evans. Doesn't quite get enough on it, but McCarthy ends up getting a shot when the ball spills out. And now Cooper Pellini up the court against Dylan Needham. Nice goalkeeping there from Needham, trying to slow the play down.
He's an amazingly aggressive goalkeeper, and he'll be wanting to work his way down as he does. Another fantastic run.
Good effort there from Pellini, but it looks like he's made contact. Or is it Barry de Geest in goals? Not quite sure what happened there. But it's another opportunity for WA. Maybe it's a sideline. McCarthy to take again. Evans trying to cover off Pellini here to open up some space for Newman.
They'll have to be close. Pellini's close to Barry, and they make a nice move there just to push the goalkeeper to the top.
Yeah, it's a nice little adjustment there. Just avoids a 2-on-1 here between the top defender and Barry de Geest on the outside of the box.
I'd really love to see Evans drop in front of Van Bruggeman's guard to block, but we'll see if, yeah, see a great jump there and really good defence, and he was always going to do that.
It's just allowing the goalkeeper to have a chance to get to the ball when you don't put a player in front of him, isn't it?
Yeah, and those Panthers have absolute great power for that front punch.
Also gives you a nice higher seating position than some of those strike forces, which can be very helpful defending sometimes. You always want your eye on that ball.
Can also confess I'm commentating from my strike force, so I can attest to the limited visibility. We've got a fantastic screen set up by Replay, and they've been absolutely amazing for this tournament. The live stream is going to be fantastic for our sport.
It's always nice to have more Power Chair football online for people to access and people to watch live as well.
I believe you've done a few video analysis.
Yes, we have.
Previous games.
Very useful for that New South Wales team that I'm assisting with this year. We did have to go over that game against you Queenslanders, which wasn't a lot of fun, but it's really nice to have that footage available to be able to find where we did well and where we did not so well and can improve. So McCarthy to Evans. Looked to play a pass across the top of the box there, but she didn't quite get much of her guard on that ball. So it'll be a Kiwi green goal kick.
I feel like both teams are still sort of trying to work each other out. It's sort of been a very tense one-on-one dominant sort of contest so far.
So the Kiwis with 3 players out for this goal kick. Certainly gives the keeper more options, but sometimes it can leave you open for the other team to counter-attack very quickly. He's played it out wide and McCarthy's picked it off. Very close to another 2-on-1 there, but Pellini and Van Bruggeman are back there trying to keep McCarthy out.
I'd love to see WA put someone on the post, as we see Newman. No, not pushing up.
WA have 2 players here at the top. WA's coach yelling out to get someone onto the far post. Just a little bit too late, and Pellini with a chance to go up the floor. Gets a little bit bothered by de Geest being out there on the sideline and just lets that ball roll out, but fortunately they've won possession back.
We've got Pellini lining up here, one of the youngest competitors. at this National Championships. Oh,
A little bit of contact there from McCarthy.
was that his last warning there, Chris, do you think? The ref told him to calm down a little bit?
It was a little bit of a reckless spin with an opponent so close, but you got to try and play at the ball, and I think McCarthy was genuinely trying to do that. So
There's no malicious
got away
intent
without a
there.
card there.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did very well to jump at the Kiwi pass there. Almost directed it on target, but they'll have to settle for a goal kick and another chance to lock their opponents in.
So variation now. We've seen Cooper drop back for the goal kick.
Always makes me chuckle a little bit when you see a young player take their hands off the controller to make sure their chair stops so they don't hit the ball. Big wind up from Pellini. Gets it to Vermeulen, but now he's got McCarthy for company. Vermeulen still got it. He's done very well here against McCarthy, but great patience from Jesse McCarthy to try and work around him, and now he's got De Geest for company.
He's in a great position again and wins the sideline hit.
McCarthy really has controlled the territory in this game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's great at making those runs up the sidelines and very good at positioning his chair to ensure that if they do drive out, he's on the outside, as we see him line up now.
More great keeping from Van Bruneven here. Needham with some work to do. Vermeulen's right up to the ball here. A little bit risky for WA here, but McCarthy's got back in the box. Vermeulen doing his best here to try and get past Needham. And really good work from Dylan Needham here. Pushes it around Pellini. And he's up into the final third here. Gets around Pellini. And he's still pushing. Dylan Needham with some fantastic work here until he encounters his opposing keeper. Now Evans on the wing. Lots of hectic action here with Pellini pushing back up the court. McCarthy trying to challenge him. And Pellini's got behind him.
Fantastic move there as he...
Now the Kiwis are away, aren't they?
They're doing wonderfully as we see Vermeulen take on Evans.
More great patience from WA, but unfortunately the halftime whistle's got the better of them. So at halftime we have Western Australia 1 and Kiwi Green 0. We'll be having a short break and be back with you soon. Welcome back everyone to the second half here between Western Australia and Kiwi Green. Tristram, what did you make of that first half?
Yeah, I thought that WA probably had the best of the territory, as we see McCarthy make a nice hit. But I really think that Kiwi Green is still in this. They had a number of chances themselves, and hopefully have had a bit of a chat about their creativity and how they try to push for that equaliser.
And the coaches have made a very aggressive change here for the Kiwis, with both McCall and Paulini out there in the outfield with De Geest. So they really must think they can get back in this game.
Here we have McCall. So he's in a great position now, driving down, but McCarthy bails back.
Gets it out wide to Paulini, who's taking it back across to the right-hand side. It's got between the defenders, up against Needham. And the keeper very smartly pushes it out wide, and a little bit of youthful inexperience there, trying to stay on the ball when he probably could have won a sideline there, Paulini.
Yes, as we see McCarthy take it from very deep in his own territory. Paulini's probably wants to push up a little bit. He's given a bit of space as they want to try and lock this in.
A little bit unfortunate there for McCarthy, trying to pick it through the gap, but he just didn't quite get a good contact on the ball there, and now the Kiwis have a really good chance here to equalise.
So we're having a commentary argument over here. Is it a pitch or a court?
So McCall lining it up. Tries to hit it between Paulini and Needham, but just hits it off the goalkeeper's chair. So round 2 for McCall. Tom Dixon getting in Logan McCall's way a little bit there.
He's doing a lolly run, is he?
Looks like it. Those sour snakes he had before looked very appealing.
QPFA president Tom Dixon, of course.
McCall hits it off Paulini here. Now he's in a bit of trouble between Evans and Newman. Newman just very cleverly plays it off his opponent. So now WA through McCarthy with another chance to keep the ball up their attacking end. Little short pass here to Evans, who takes it up against De Geest, who's done very well against her there. And McCarthy looks to take it down the line, but just can't control it. So now the Kiwis with a little bit of a difficult position to get the ball out of. De Geest here trying to get between two West Australians.
You know, we've seen a change in structure. Evans seems to be sitting in that mid-central role now.
Paulini had that ball bounce on top of his guard, so it's going to be a set ball here. Still a very risky position for the Kiwis to be in. If Evans gets a good drive into this ball, we might see WA with another opportunity. McCall trying to be patient, but Evans has pushed around him and plays the smart ball there and just pushes it out. Doesn't want to give away a goal, but McCarthy now has a very good opportunity here from the sideline.
Again, I'd love to see the block to stop Van Vroonhoven jumping out, and that's the change we see. Look at that.
Evans moving in to cover the goalkeeper. It's like you're telepathic or something, Tristram.
Oh, it's just a great opportunity here to get a ball all the way through.
McCarthy taking his time, lines it up, tries to put it across the top of the box and just doesn't quite have the right angle. Needham forced to come out of the box, taking on De Geest. And Dylan Needham again, trying to push up the floor.
Will they play advantage? No, there was no advantage accruing. Anyway.
Paulini and De Geest just a little bit too close to each other. Bit strange for Barry to be a bit quiet there. He didn't quite call out that it was his ball or that it was his teammate's ball. So Evans with another chance to put the ball down the attacking end for WA. Plays a little soft touch there to McCarthy. Gives him a chance to take on McCall. And he does. Gets to the side of the box here. taking on the keeper, Van Vroonhoven, who does very well to try and push out of the box. Pushes a little bit into the side of McCarthy, and Jesse wasn't a bit happy about that, but unfortunately gives away the contact foul.
And we see a shake of the head from McCarthy there, and that might have been a little unfortunate, but that's, again, great aggressive goalkeeping.
Nice talk here from McCall on the sideline before he takes that hit, trying to get his teammates in the right spot. Gets it to Pelini, and then McCarthy running into the box, one-on-one with the keeper, but McCall has got behind to cover. Smartly done by the keeper there to just nick the ball out of way. And, he's done very well there. It looks like he's won the ball for the Kiwis.
A little bit of uncertainty who that came off, I think.
I think the WA bench were a little bit perplexed about that decision.
Shot a little aggrieved as we see McCarthy really push up and put pressure back on Kiwi Green.
And De Geest has put that ball straight out over the sideline after McCall tries to give it to him. So another really good chance here for WA.
Let's see if they do the block again. Chris?
Looks like Van Vroonhoven's trying to creep forward a bit to try and prevent that. Evans looks to be staying at the top of the box here. McCarthy taking his time to line it up.
I think he's going to take a shot here.
He did have a look at the defence, didn't he?
Runs through.
Newman pushing back into the box. Tries to flick a pass out to Evans. Evans against McCall. Flicks it back out to the top, but no one's there. And Barry De Geest with a chance to go up the floor. But McCarthy's turned him back around.
It's lovely recovery from McCarthy.
So rapid, turning defence into attack there. Evans on McCall. Newman almost getting in her way, but still Evans and McCall here in the box. Logan McCall not wanting to make any errors here. Being very patient. Same with Evans, but McCall looks to have got the better of her at this time. But now McCarthy on the ball. They're not giving the Kiwis any chance to recover, are they? McCarthy and McCall. Short pass to Newman. Just sneaks it in behind Van Vroonhoven. A really nice finish there from the Western Australians.
Almost a 2-on-1, I thought. They're very close.
Very, very close, but still a well-taken shot there from WA.
He's just so clinical there. It's brilliant as he also gets a well-earned break.
So Jason Lewis coming on to replace him. Jason, one of the two players here using their chin to control their wheelchair, the other being Ben Keat from New South Wales.
One of your teammates, one of your people within your team sort of been a little strange not having you take the court, Chris, but
it's been a different experience being on the sideline, but I think the boys have performed pretty well so far. So
it's an age-old question. Do you prefer coaching or playing?
I'm still in the position where I want to do both. So,
and that's one of the great things about parachute football, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And WA manages to punch the ball back down towards the Kiwis' defensive end. McCall with another sideline here to try and get the ball out of another dangerous spot. Takes his time there trying to sort out where his teammates are. Goes up the sideline. Doesn't quite get the result he was after there with McCarthy very nicely playing that off Pelini. Evans sitting short here to receive another pass from McCarthy. Aggressive goalkeeping there. Almost leaves his defender one out, but Lewis just can't quite control it down in the corner there.
A little bit unlucky there by Lewis. It was a lovely through ball and almost sort of dummy from Evans to let that run through.
A few players pretty close here, but they've managed to get some space. Page moving up closer to his goalkeeper. Long pass there from Van Vroonhoven. And the goalkeeper's left alone in the box here. Does very well to escape from that situation. It's always a scary one, isn't it, Tristram, when you're alone in the box?
Yes, it's sometimes a little nerve-wracking, but really calm, confident play to see that ball out, but saying that it is a corner, so here's another good opportunity for WA.
So goalkeeper and defender talking to each other, just trying to make sure they're in the right spot. McCarthy lines it up, and well picked off by Paulini, but McCall blocks it. Very well left by McCarthy. Just turned away at the right moment to ensure that he was the one who would win the sideline.
Again, a lot of space given here.
Evans is doing very well to block out Paulini here. He's stuck in a not very useful position.
Very much in no man's land. He's not going to be
Tough one
overly
for
helpful.
McCarthy here, though, isn't it? Straight to the goalkeeper and defender, getting in each other's way. Paulini wanted to go through the box there, but knew he couldn't because McCall was back there.
Again, close to a 2-on-1.
Very close. And Page just managing to get out of the way. It's going to be a set ball here. A little bit unfortunate for Western Australia there not to have won the sideline. Another substitution here for WA. Taking off McCarthy to bring back on Newman. How do you think WA are going to approach the remainder of this half without McCarthy, who's really controlled much of the play?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for Newman, Evans and Lewis to control the midfield, as you see a great break by McCall. But again, we've got Needham in goals, so very calm and assured. And again, we see him make a fantastic run down the wing, coming up against Page, and lovely dummy.
Straight around him. Gets the ball back into the middle. Now Newman against Paulini. Needham sort of dropping back into midfield. Paulini gets around the back of him, tries to go between his two opponents. Needham just turns him around. A little bit of a weight advantage there for the Western Australian. But Paulini's still got the ball. And Kiwis with a nice opportunity here.
DeGeese just taps the ball in quickly. Wants to push on.
I think he always wants to be on the court, Barry. McCall tries to get it down the sideline to play it off the defenders, but Evans is just too good in that situation.
I should say with McCarthy off, this is all local talent from WA. And it's fantastic to see their development in the sport of power chair football. They've come so far and have become a powerhouse.
And it's good to see more players with strike forces, isn't it? Really makes a huge difference to the style of play you can execute, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's been probably one of the biggest challenges for WA. They haven't had too many to date, but now, as we can see, they've got a full court of strike forces. And that's allowing them to be a little bit more creative in attack.
So with McCarthy off, Newman takes the sideline. And looks like, is that going to be a goal kick? Yes, it is. So Van Vroonhoven's done really well here to ensure his team still has a chance, but with time running down, they really need to find a goal, and quickly. Takes his time lining it up. Straight up the middle. And both his teammates just let the ball run through, but Evans picks it up at the back and takes it back down the floor against McCall, who does very well to turn her back around and wins the sideline. Nice play there from the Kiwis. So McCall looking to play it again to Paulini. Lets it run through again. The ball bobbles around between Newman and Paulini's got the ball, pushing up the floor. Page has to really watch out here, but he's done well to get out of the way. And now Needham, really patient here, not wanting to give the Kiwis a chance, but Paulini's flicked it out very well, and McCall takes a shot, just comes off Evans.
Close.
Newman smartly tries to get it up the floor to try and relieve the pressure. And now the Kiwis are in a little spot of bother. Van Vroonhoven goes for a bit of a spin to try and get the ball out and just makes contact with Newman outside the box.
Yeah, Newman was already in his space when Will tried to hit the ball, and as a result, this will be a direct.
And WA making another couple of changes here. Lewis and Newman off, and McCarthy and Anthony Ambrosini onto the court. So Evans right on the goal line there, looking to block out McCall.
Because it is a direct, the ball doesn't have to touch a teammate before it goes over the line.
And McCarthy looked like he knew that, because he went for the near post there and the goalkeeper just got enough of a touch on it to direct it wide. So it's a Western Australia corner with Ambrosini in the box trying to block out McCall.
That's a nice block Ambrosini's got. And we'll see whether McCarthy can thread this to Evans.
McCall looking a little bit concerned here, but McCarthy takes a shot across to Evans, who doesn't quite get enough on that ball, but Will Van Vroonhoven, the goalkeeper, taking it out.
Ref playing some great advantage there for the 2-on-1, but Evans has fought her way back.
Very close to the goalpost there. Evans flicks it out to McCarthy, and Van Vroonhoven still on the ball here, really working hard. And McCarthy just can't quite control it in the corner there. So it's another goal kick for the Kiwis. 3 minutes to go here. There's still enough time for them, but they really need to score quickly. McCall and Page, a little bit of indecision there. And McCall leaves it. Evans almost gets around him, just can't quite keep it in. And the New Zealanders look to be making another substitution. Logan McCall coming off and Reece Vermeulen going back on. And Vermeulen straight into taking the sideline hit here. Just tries to play a short one to Page, and McCarthy just picks it off. Now Paulini on the ball against McCarthy. Jesse McCarthy's really spent a lot of time on the ball in this game, controlling the tempo, just trying to limit the opportunities the Kiwis have. And now he's got a chance to cut inside. Up against Vermeulen here in the corner. Looking to turn him around and get back inside. And nicely played to push it off Vermeulen and win another corner.
And McCarthy's had a fantastic season this year in his local league. One of his teammates, Bryce Castle's Pararoos representative, was injured, so McCarthy had to step up, and he's done it admirably. So some great experiences. We see the hit.
And he gets the pass off to Evans, and the ball's stuck between the two defenders. Will Van Vroonhoven, the ball was on the line there, and he's pushed it back over. But Evans just too strong there, too strong in her strike force, and that sealed the deal there for WA, up 3-0.
That's some very aggressive wing play there, but as we saw, she got that ball locked up and drove her opposition over the sideline.
She drove two players over the goal line there.
Right, goal line rather, yeah.
Both players, so that just shows how hard she was fighting to get that one in. Vermeulen to Page, over to Paulini, but McCarthy's there again. Just trying to see if he can edge around his opponent. But Paulini's done well to get behind him. Page with a little pass back inside. McCarthy's still there on Paulini. And he's just pushed the ball out to take a few more seconds off the clock, and then loiters around and nudges it away from the referee innocently.
I think Kiwi Green have perhaps been a little unlucky not to score a goal so far, but definitely been a very controlled performance by WA.
Definitely. And I think they've probably deserved their lead here. Maybe not by 3 goals, but credit to them for defending so well.
And that's our man, Dylan Needham, at the back. He's never looked like he's been in doubt. He's always been very aggressive, as we mentioned, and would be very reassuring to his teammates knowing that he's there to clean up any runaway balls coming through.
Now Evans manages to get up the floor after a little short pass from Needham from the goal kick. And that's full time. Western Australia, our winners here, going out 3-0 against Kiwi Green. So that's the end of today's play, with another few goals to round it out. So thank you very much for everyone watching. Thank you for Tristram for co-commentating, and we'll see you all again tomorrow.